1480 KCIM Sports presents KCIM Sports Rewind. A look back at the week in high school sports, brought to you by St. Anthony Rehab Services. Here's Sports Director Jeff Blankman, John Ryan, and Jeff Honnold.
Oh, we got lots to cover this morning here on KCIM Sports Rewind, getting off that favorite time of year for Mr. Jeff Honnold.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
I love that you kept that.
Yeah.
Playoffs?
I know how bad that
I
hurts,
hope
so
we
thank
can win a
you.
game.
I keep it just to appease you.
I
You
know,
that, right?
That's one thing you give me here on the show. I appreciate it.
The one gimme he gets every year. It's a meager existence, but it's one you thrive on.
I'll take what I get.
So we got something coming up in a couple weeks, and we want to talk about this with Jack Wardell. We hope Jack will be able to join us here before the end of the program. But Jeff, a couple years ago, you brought a Carroll Youth Triathlon to town, and well, I tell you what, it's been great. We had to cancel it last year because of the construction going on at the stadium, just not able to do anything there. But it's back this summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be the fifth time in the last 6 years, of course, that we've been able to do this, and I thank everybody down at the Carroll Rec Center and the Carroll City offices and stuff for helping get this thing up and running those years ago, and for all the work that they've put in every year and bringing it back and the things that they do. But yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be the Saturday morning again of Memorial Day weekend. That's the weekend that we host it every single year. Part of that is because it's the day that they open up the Aquatic Center for the summer. And part of the fun of it is that we try to use the Aquatic Center that morning unless it's raining. We do it at the Aquatic Center, and then when the Aquatic Center opens that afternoon, every kid that participated in the triathlon can go back into the Aquatic Center for free and use it for that afternoon. So it's kind of a nice way to kind of open up the Aquatic Center every year.
Now, we say triathlon, but the distances vary for each age group. We're not asking
does.
them to run 14 miles.
Right, yeah. No, this is youth appropriate.
Yeah.
We did a lot of homework. There are triathlons held all over the country, and we did a lot of homework on what the distances are for everything at those age groups. But what we'll do on that Saturday morning is at 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll have the 6 to 8-year-olds do it. They'll have a 25-yard swim. Then they'll bike a mile. Now, the neat thing this year is a lot of times in the past we had our bike path kind of being mainly inside the parking lot area of the Aquatic Center, baseball, football stadium, rec center area. We might have taken them out on Grant Road. I think one year we did a little route that went up around the block that sits on, kind of up High Ridge. This year we're actually taking them over into Graham Park, so they will ride over into Graham Park and come back through. The Carroll City Police will have barricades up blocking traffic, so if you're going to be out driving around that morning in that area, the way we've done it in the past, if we've used a street, is while the kids are on their bikes, we have it barricaded. We have people on those corners so that you kind of make sure you have to go a different direction. As soon as the biking part of it is done and we've got all the kids off the streets, we open up the roads again to let traffic, go normal. And then when the next group's getting ready, we go ahead and barricade them off. So there'll be a slight disturbance every now and then, but it'll be a really fun bike ride for the kids to be able to go through Graham Park. They then end up over on the main entrance into the Carroll Athletic Field is where the bike path will end. They'll enter into the Carroll Athletic Field, and the young kids will run one lap around the track, a quarter of a mile. So they'll run one lap around the track.
Old guys like me, too, is that... I don't know if I can do what
you
they're
would
doing.
probably have to walk it, I'm sure.
I'm not sure
Yes.
I can do... That's a long way for me on all of those.
The one that scares me is I
You
can
got
do
a
the
golf
other
cart,
one.
just use that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do that.
The swim part, I can't swim. So the swim part, I would have to have noodles or something, or have to go into a kiddie
Please.
pool.
Can we get video? please. Johnson Communications, can you help me out? Can we live stream that one, please?
Following the young kids, the 6 to 8-year-olds at 10 o'clock, we'll have the 9 to 11-year-olds. They'll go, again, a 25-yard swim. They'll actually bike a mile and a half. So they'll have a little longer bike ride, and then they'll run a half mile, which is, of course, 2 laps around the track there. And then we end up with the 12 to 14-year-olds. They'll start at about 11 o'clock. They'll do a 50-yard swim. They'll bike 2 miles and then run a full mile, which is 4 laps around the track.
50-yard swim is just across the pool and back.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
up and back.
Yeah, up and back. I think down is 25. So down and back is 50. So.
But one thing you're looking for right now is those volunteers to help make this a totally safe event in front of kids. You've got barricades out for the biking and things like that, but you still need that adult supervision out there telling kids, directing traffic, which way to go. Super easy to do, but parents, if you got kids that are involved, it's a great way to make sure that they stay involved with things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times the parents kind of want to follow. They'll come out, so we understand that if they don't want to volunteer. We've had a few do it in the past, but they want to watch their kids swim and then kind of follow them on the bike path a little bit. But if anybody else wants to help, you don't have to be there the whole time. We've had people come out and maybe help with the young kids group and then the different people. I know Deb Danner's having the swim teams are going to help out, so that'll be really good.
That
in the
will
pool
help.
area. That'll probably take up most of the pool area, but we'll stage the bikes outside of the aquatic center, so when they get done swimming, they'll run out and get on their bikes, so then we'll have to have people move the next age group in, so we'll need a few volunteers out there. Like you said, out on the bike path, we like to have people controlling the barricades and the traffic and telling the kids which way to turn and stuff. It's not hard. You pretty much just stand there and point a direction and you cheer the kids on. And then when they get into the running track area, we like to have some people around the track cheering the kids on. And then when they're done, they'll get a goodie bag. We get different things from different businesses around town to give the kids. Hy-Vee supplies, some bananas and some apples. We have another company here in town that supplies water usually for us to give the kids and stuff. They'll also get a medal and a T-shirt as well as a part of this. So a lot of different things. So we need people to help hand that stuff out after they're done as well. So, if we can get, 15, maybe 20 people to come out, that should really help us. And if you want to volunteer for this, you can call the rec center at 792. I think it's 5400.
5400.
Yeah,
Yep.
5400 is their number. So that would be the best way. Just call them up and let them know. And like I said, if you can't volunteer for the whole thing, we certainly understand that.
Yeah, but this is not it's not a race for the kids.
No,
it's just to complete it, just to just to go out and have some fun and be active.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just something fun for the kids. If you want to time your kid, you're more than welcome to do it. Everybody's got a smartphone today that's got a stopwatch on it with your
about a
alarm
calendar
and
if I do
calculator. Yeah, well, we need a sundial. Yeah, absolutely. But but yeah, so no, I think it's a lot of fun every year. First year we had a little over 100 kids, and every year since then we've had around 70 to 100 participate between the three age groups. I'd like to be able to get it back up over 100. That'd be really nice. So weather, if the weather's bad that day and it looks like it's going to rain, we'll move the swim part into the aquatic center if it's too cold. Now, if it gets really, really bad, we'll end up having to cancel it because we won't have a makeup date. So
yeah, there's once again, if your child wants to, time it, you can certainly time them yourself.
Yep,
so that's the way we can that happen. So talk to the rec center. We're gonna hopefully we'll have Jack Wardell in here a little bit later on this morning
we're hoping
to talk
to get
more
him
about
in
that.
here in about 10, 15 minutes to maybe chat with him a little bit about that. You can register your kid online already by going to the Carroll Rec Center's website, carrollreccenter.com, and you can get yourself registered and everything taken care of. It's $15 to be able to do it, so you get a lot of stuff for that $15.
I think I just had a Jack Wardell sighting walking by the windows way out there. So
All right. He is just in the door, so
let's see. You want to continue talking with him on now?
Yeah,
We're going to bring him in.
Let's just go ahead and bring him right on in. And we'll
Hey,
get
this
Jack
is
to
live
jump
video
in.
here, people. We're just live in studio drop in with Jack Wardell from the Parks and Rec Center. So
People think we pre-planned this show.
no, there is literally no planning going on here. Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing well. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the registration first of all. So far for the rec, you're just starting to take registration for the youth triathlon, right?
We are, and when I checked yesterday at the rec center, we had about 27, 28 signed up. Day of. So many times with these types of events, the day of, people want to see what the weather's like, and then they'll come out. And it's going to be 75 and sunny, so it'll be a great day for it.
You're guaranteeing that,
You
right?
bet. What's nice, last year we didn't have the event because of all the construction with the football field. And some new staff, they wanted to go back and start the event at the outdoor pool, which really was one of the reasons we started this event. So Jess and her lifeguards down there are going to start us off jumping into the pool. So hopefully it's a warm morning.
Tell you what, they got some really cool T-shirts this year. I love the design.
Yes.
Who did the design for that?
Our staff, they looked it over. Pam, I know, was really the one that did a lot of that, her and Jess. So, just neat design, something different this year. Try to get a whole new revamp of the program. Since we had the year off, we had some time to look into doing some other things with it.
So $15 is all it costs.
Yes. Yep.
And you're going to get the T-shirt, you're going to get the medal, you're going to get the goodie bag, you're going to get all that stuff. Plus, like I said, just a great way to kick off the summertime.
Yeah, and get them into the pool. that day too. So.
All right, so lots of good things going on with that. Again, how about volunteers on your end of things? Are things running?
Yeah, I know Jeff's been really involved with that part of the program for us. We always need more volunteers, especially around the bike part. This year we're going out in the Graham Park. So, at the corners, it's nice to have the volunteers there to control traffic and make sure the kids are on a safe route.
And one thing we hadn't talked about, we've talked about the bike route, but will we put a map up somewhere online or something for people to be able to see the bike route ahead of time? I hadn't thought about that until
Yes. Yep. Grant has been working on that part for us, and I believe he has it done, and he can put that on Facebook and make sure, especially that day when people are signing in, we give them the map so the parents can kind of see the route. But it should be on our Facebook and on our website.
Tell you what, this whole thing serves as a great showcase for the facilities out down there, doesn't it?
It does.
The aquatic center, the new stadium, the Grand Park area, really a cool venue.
It is. That area down there is really coming together, and we have some plans that we hope to have down in the Grand Park area in the next 5 to 10 years that really will showcase that area and bring it back to the beautiful area it was.
Now, registration, they got to come into the rec center register? Can they do it online? How do they do that?
They should be able to do it online, but stop at the rec centers one way or day of. You're not guaranteed a shirt that day. We'll order a few extra shirts, but best thing would be is on our website, go to our website, or stop in to the office and sign up.
All right, do that.
And for the shirt part of it, there is kind of a cutoff day because we have to have those ordered, and I can't remember what that date is. Was it like the 15th or something like that, or
about a week before?
About a week ahead of time or something, yeah.
Yeah, we get a great turnaround with those shirts. We get a wait a pretty long time before we send them in. And we'll order a few extra, but not a lot.
Right. Yep. So that's kind of the youth triathlon. While we got you here, let's talk a little about what's going on at the rec center. Other than just this, summertime programs are getting registered for, I'm sure.
Sure. We're towards the end of the baseball softball program. We're just finishing up soccer. We have this week and next week with soccer. Hopefully the weather will start getting a little bit nicer.
I thought this was soccer weather.
Yeah, this is. Unfortunately, this is now soccer weather here in the Midwest. And then when you turn over to baseball, it's too hot, and it's just not much of a break. So we're finishing up soccer. Baseball, softball is just around the corner. We're doing something a little bit different this year. In the past, when we took over baseball, softball about 2007, 2008 from the Carroll Little League Association, they did a draft, we did a draft, and then we got away from it, but we're going back to a draft program. On Saturday, the kids can come out, and all the coaches that are coaching can see which kids can pitch and just really identify who's catchers, who's pitchers, and just get to know some of the kids. Because one of the worst things for these new coaches that just moved to the community don't know the kids in the 5th, 6th grade, and they come to a draft, and they're not sure who to draft. And you see that when you have these draft programs. So this give them a chance to see the kids. And we've had some people wonder, are we going to draft the kids right in front of the kids they're out the baseball field? No. Coaches will go back over to another room or over to the rec or over to where the concession stand the baseball concession stand's restroom is, and we'll do the draft there. The kids they'll go. But it's just something that we see in other communities, and we're going to go back to that this year.
Does that kind of level the playing field for a lot of the teams?
It should. Yeah. In the past, we've divided the kids on how we thought we try to have both schools, the same number of kids from both schools on teams, and we try to distribute the talent as we know. But this way, in some cases, if Jeff and I are coaching together, our kids are friends, this is the way our kids are playing together. We'll obviously draft our own kids. And that'll help a little bit, but also hopefully keep it fair.
All right, so that's baseball, softball. What about anything else coming up this summertime? I know you got tennis lessons, you got swim lessons, you got all
golf
sorts
lessons,
of stuff.
Yeah. We just do a wide variety of introductory sporting events. We try to get high school coaches or people that's in the field. Tennis, I do a lot of it, but I'll get a high school kid that can help, or a college kid that's back for the summer. Golf lessons, we usually get a high school coach to help with that. The kids enjoy that because they get out on the golf course couple of the days and get that experience. So Swim team, it's our program during the summer months, and we go around this area. We go maybe about 30, 40 miles to the small towns around, and it's just a way to keep the kids competitive, all year round.
Now, talk about affordability. The programs is also a big factor for you guys. You always kind of keep everything super affordable for families.
We do. And then if there are families that do need some financial assistance, just let us know. We have some dollars that help with kids if they need help getting into the programs.
And those swim programs, those are really big around this area. All the little towns seem to have them, and there's a lot of kids that participate.
It's getting bigger and bigger all the time.
And we call it a recreational league, but it gets competitive. It's swimming, and it's fun.
It's still racing a little bit. Yeah. So, very cool. Once again, when is the cutoff that people really need to be signed up for the youth triathlon if they want the T-shirt in advance, to guarantee the T-shirt?
A week before.
A week before? So
probably
talking
May the 17th. We're probably,
17th,
I would guess, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so come on by. Once again, what's online? How do they get registered once again?
Then go to our website, carrollreccenter.com. They can stop down at the office. We're there Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, or the day of if they're not concerned with the T-shirt and that, and they just want to wait to see what the weather's like.
All right, so and if anyone wants to volunteer, they can leave their name with you guys as well.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
And even that morning, we'll be down there. We'll find places for them to help out.
All right, very cool. Once again, the rec center and the radio station getting together to put on the youth triathlon.
And Jack did guarantee 75 Sundays that day, so.
We will write that down.
Yes.
And if not, you will not be invited back next year, Jack. Jack Wardell once again joining us with the Carroll. If Honnold known that, he'd have done that a long time ago. We'll have more KCIM Sports Rewind coming up.
As the athletes at your house prepare for a hard... performance facility. If an injury is keeping your athlete out of the game, call St. Anthony Rehabilitation Services at 794-5000 for sports injury and treatment rehab.
Have you found yourself in need of soybeans for the 2019 planting season? Beck still has an excellent supply of regionally selected soybean products, including Roundup Ready to Extend, Liberty Link, and Liberty Link GT27 varieties. In 22,224 comparisons, Beck's soybeans out-yielded the competition by 1.8 bushels per acre. Don't get caught short on high-yielding soybeans this season. Contact your local Beck's representative to learn more or call 1-800-937-2325.
It's KCIM Sports Rewind. For all those people streaming, that was, we swear, Jack Wardell here in the studio. You may have only seen a portion of his face in there.
Glimpses of him now and then, yes.
Yeah. So better heard than seen, right?
Yes.
All of us in radio are better heard than seen.
Who thought seeing us was a good idea?
It sounded good at the first outlet, but,
I did have friends years ago for my birthday one time gave me a shirt that said "My face is made for radio." So, yes.
Yeah.
I still proudly wear it now and then.
Should hang that in your Husker room.
We got some conference champions to talk about in golf. How about the Carroll boys and girls golf teams?
Yeah, I tell you what, they've had a great year this year. Really have put together solid years all the way through it. Not just yesterday, but they have been really good all year. And both of them yesterday went to the Raccoon River Conference tournaments and brought home victories. The girls fairly dominant down at Winterset yesterday. Carroll shot a 371, knocked off Winterset, who finished in second by 36 strokes. So that sounds about like how you used to beat me years ago on the golf
That's
course.
one hole, Blankman.
Yeah. But Sydney Hawkinson, who has been really good all year, took home a first-place finish overall for the entire tournament. So congratulations to her. She's been really special this year. Grace Pettit, Josie Pettit, and Laura Sweeney were the other four. Grace finished in second overall. Josie was fifth, and Laura Sweeney finished up in sixth.
So all of those are all conference.
Yeah, absolutely. So all those girls made all conference honors. Kemper girls were down at the Hawkeye 10 down at Clarinda yesterday. They finished up in fourth. Katie Schweers and Mariah Neighborhouse have been really special for them all year as well. Katie finished up with a 90 for fifth place, and Mariah Neighborhouse finished up in ninth place with a 94. And then Kuhn and Glidden were down at the Rolling Valley Conference tournament down in Atlantic yesterday. Kuhn finished up in second overall. Glidden Ralston took fifth. Michaela Downing from Kuhn finished up in 9th place overall. Kim Daly from Glidden Ralston was 6th, and Whitney Reaver from Glidden Ralston finished up in 8th place. So congratulations goes out to all those kids.
Seeing that score from Sydney Honnold, I don't think I'm going to play her.
Yeah, she would school you.
I think she'd be.
She absolutely would school you, yeah.
It was probably not the best of conditions yesterday.
No.
It's been worse, but it's not great.
It has, yeah.
Yesterday morning wasn't too bad. A little chilly.
A little chilly, but the sun
Not
was
much
out.
wind.
Yeah, not too much wind. I did go out for a run yesterday, so not too terribly bad. On the boys' side of things, Carroll, again, a really impressive performance. An 8-point victory down at Ballard yesterday. They shot a 3 at 29. ADM had a 3:37 to finish up in second place. Tigers also had 3 players become all-conference. Tyler Tuning had probably one of his better rounds of the year. He finished up in second place with an 80. Drew Munson, who has really been kind of dominant for them all year, finished up with an 82. He was in 9th place. So you can tell a lot of guys clustered around out in that 80, where Tyler was second with an 80, and then Munson 82 gets him 9th place, and then Ty Nissen finished up in 10th place with an 83. So congratulations to those guys on the run that they've had this year.
Yeah.
I see
One
Drew
shot
Shirky with an
difference.
84, and he didn't even make it. That's,
Yeah.
you know, from four strokes is
Yeah.
a big jump.
Yeah, absolutely. Kemper boys, meanwhile, took third down at the Hawkeye 10. They were down at Fox Run. They shot a 3:21, just 7 strokes behind a very good Atlantic team who won it with a 3:14. Glenwood was second with a 3:15. Cole Collison, who has really started to come on here in the last, I think, about week and a half to 2 weeks, shot a 77, finished in 5th. Dawson McDermott shot an 80 and took home an 11th place finish. So congratulations to those guys. And then down at the Rolling Valley yesterday, Coon Rapids Bayard took third with a 3:67. Glidden Ralston was 6th with a 4:63. Trenton Golay and Cade Schlepp both made all-conference honors for Coon. Golay with the 9th place finish, and Schlepp finished up in 10th place. Austin Rodriguez led Glidden yesterday with a 103.
So those are some of the results that happened in golf. We got a lot more to talk about. KCIM Sports Rewind here coming up in just a few moments.
Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. You need to slow down, slow down. You need to slow.
They love. Athletes will be under the direct supervision of a certified and licensed healthcare professional in the newly renovated sports performance facility. If an injury is keeping your athlete out of the game, call St. Anthony Rehabilitation Services at 794-5000 for sports injury and treatment rehab.
KCIM Sports Rewind. You know, we've saved some of the biggest news for this segment.
We have.
We have. He's no longer on the market, ladies. Mr. Cole Corson over there at Glidden Ralston.
You know-
Congratulations to him and Leslie, his girlfriend, now fiance.
Yeah.
Leslie's a wonderful lady. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's wrong with her.
See, now we're just going to turn Honnold loose.
Oh,
on
absolutely.
Corson.
I don't understand. I mean, I know Corson. I like him, but I don't know if anybody wants to live with him.
Yeah, we do send our condolences to her. No, congratulations to both of them.
Cole, I'm the only one that sticks up for you around here. Seriously.
I'm never sticking up for him.
You know, the fun thing is he's busy teaching right now. He won't hear this till he goes back and listens
yeah.
to the podcast later
the
on.
kids will let him know, though.
Yeah.
Or his phone will blow up, one of the two. Then 9:45 every Tuesday morning. What is my phone going off for?
Yeah, he knows.
You know, yeah.
But
Congratulations.
Congratulations to them
absolutely.
on that.
Yep.
So let's talk a little winding down with seasons of soccer, tennis, and track. I mean, where do you even want to begin?
Well, we'll start off tennis real quick. The Hawkeye 10 conference tournament finishing up this morning down at Red Oak. They got it underway over at Denison Schleswig yesterday, and it got rained out mid-afternoon. When the rain came through, they literally packed everybody up, drove down to Red Oak, and because they've got an indoor facility down there. They finished up the doubles part of the tournament. The doubles team of Samantha Schwerty and Abby Bass would finish in 4th place, and the doubles team of Ashlyn Brandt and Marky Madsen finished up in 5th place. Now, in singles, they'll finish that up this morning. They're already playing right now. Isabel Schwabi is going to be playing for 3rd place, and Elise Jansen, she's going to be playing in the second round consolation. She'll be able to, if she wins that, she'll be able to play for 5th place. So they'll wrap up those today, and then we'll get the team standings after all that's done. But, yeah, kind of crazy. You're playing in Denison, and all of a sudden everybody packs up and hauls everything down to Red Oak.
Reminds me of a few years ago we were at the Carroll and Jefferson football game. The power goes out,
Yes.
and there was talk of moving the game to Carroll that night.
Right.
And then
Yes.
Jefferson put the kibosh on that. Said, no,
Yeah.
we're not going to your place.
Yeah, and I can remember because I went over and finished because I think you had plans on that Saturday. I went over and finished the call, and I hate to say it this way, there was a lot of people that was upset because they rescheduled it for the next day, which was fine. But it was the Iowa State game, and there was a lot of people that had tickets, and they rescheduled it pretty much the exact same time that the Iowa State game was going to be going on. So a lot of people that had tickets ended up not being able to go to the Iowa State game because they had to, they were involved with or had kids playing or even were the kids themselves and were not able to go to the Iowa State game.
I think as a tennis player, it would be easier to translate going to just driving to another indoor location and then getting warmed up again. Football is a whole nother matter.
Yeah. The only crazy thing, and not to pick on anybody, but man, you had to look at yesterday's weather forecast and know that eventually it was going to rain. There was like about a 70% chance of rain by mid-afternoon yesterday, and my phone kept saying rain at 3 o'clock, and it wasn't much after 3 o'clock when it started. I'm surprised they didn't I know they want to move it around, and I think they should, but when you look at the weather forecast and you're going to get interrupted like that, I'm surprised they didn't move it to Red Oak to the indoor facility.
They must have had it scheduled there. They had a backup plan, because when you told me, when I heard this morning they moved to Red Oak, I'm like, I drove through Red Oak. It was pouring.
Right.
There's no way they're playing there.
Right, yeah. But, I mean, you think about it. You
Go
had
indoor.
the indoor facility. I would have moved the start of the tournament down there just because of the potential for the rain that was already in the forecast.
Yeah,
But
track is coming down to it, by the way. We got to get more here. We've got about 3.5 minutes left to hear in the show. And
you bet. District track coming up on Thursday. Here's where everybody's heading. Arweva, Audubon, Coon Rapids, Bayard, Glidden, Ralston, and ICAM Manning go to Griswold. Peyton Sheridan, I don't know how. I feel sorry for the boys and girls over there and Coach Stimson. They go to North Union.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is quite a haul and stuff. So we wish them a good trip. In Class 2A, ESAT
Bon
Kemper.
voyage.
Yeah, absolutely. ESAT Kemper and South Central Calhoun go to OABCIG. And the Carroll girls and boys are going to be hosting a district meet here at the new facility. So all those do get underway at 4 o'clock coming up on Thursday. And speaking of Coach Stimson over at Peyton Sheridan, we wish him the best. He has taken another job and is going to be leaving over there. He has been great to work with us for us over here. So we wish him the best of luck in his future. I know I'll stay in touch with him.
He looks
and become
scary.
friends. So yeah,
He looks scary, but he's
he's a real
lot
nice
of fun.
guy. Absolutely, yeah.
he's been a staple of that athletic program over at Peyton Sheridan for a number
For
of
a
years.
long time. Absolutely, yeah. So probably close to 15 years, I would imagine, or longer over there. So
Had to be a tough decision for him to leave.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be a little shorter drive. He lives over in the Ames, Nevada area, so it'll be a little shorter drive for him for the new job, but we do wish him luck. Also coming up on Wednesday, we don't want to forget Audubon and Kemper boys tennis. They'll be at districts. They're going to be over at Dennis and Schleswig, and that'll get underway with the coaches meeting at 8 o'clock. They'll probably be out on the courts playing by about 9 o'clock on Wednesday, tomorrow morning. So we wish Audubon and Kemper boys the best of luck coming up tomorrow with district starting for them as well. And then we've got not soccer. We've got golf. Boys sectionals are on Friday. You got Audubon, Coon Rapids, Bayard, and ICAM Manning go to the Meadows Country Club. You got ESAC and South Central Calhoun go to Deer Run. Kemper goes down to Lake Panorama, and Carroll will be at Majestic Hills over in Denison. So we do wish the best of luck to all of those guys. And then on Saturday, Kemper and Audubon boys tennis could be back in action if they win in advance from Wednesday. With Sub-State and girls regional tennis will get underway. Audubon girls will play Denison Schleswig at Denison at 9. Kemper girls take on Harlan over at Denison also at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. So we wish the best of luck to all of those.
A lot of stuff going to come to a quick conclusion here.
Yes.
And state track is when?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, next
16, 17,
Thursday.
18.
Yep. Next week.
16th, 17th, and 18th to come up
Dusting
next
off
week. So
Nick Brinks and myself.
Yes, absolutely. We'll have those guys over, and we will have Jeff Storyhan there helping us take some pictures probably
Seriously?
late Friday or through Saturday
We
for
could
sure.
deal with story on.
Yes.
Oh.
by the way, I'm guessing Nick doesn't have a lot of dust on him. He moves around a lot.
He is,
so maybe
yeah,
it's
he
just,
is.
you know.
Still young.
Well, he's got
yeah.
He's still trying to pay for a wedding, so he's
Yeah, he's getting married later this summer.
a couple
yeah.
weeks.
So
Yeah.
a lot of people getting married. Blankman, when are
Never.
you?
Easy answer. Never.
Have we gotten to 1,000 yet? Another one for find a date. I mean, it could be cumulative.
Just 1,000 clicks, ladies. That's all it takes. You win that dream
Problem
big.
is they've seen me on the video.
That is KCIM Sports Rewind, by the way. Thanks so much for our friends from Johnston Communications, the people back in the corner that we always banish back there. It's Jason and Chelsea back there. Catch a replay anytime online at the KCIM or Johnston Communications Facebook pages, or you just catch an audio replay at 1380kcim.com.
When you need to know, KC